So day 2 of bossing the bank holiday weekend. Let's get going. So that's the can going done there now. Let's see what Tara's up to. Hiya.
Oh, hello.
How are you doing?
Not so bad.
What's the crack here?
Oh, it's like a whole thing. As you can see, the edges not quite as well lowered as the rest of this room. And now is not the time to be getting sloppy. So between scraping back with the shovel and stabbing with a downwards motion with the hand trowel, I'm sort of lifting out handfuls of clay literally with my hands. It seems to be the most efficient way to do it. I'm bloody dying though. And do you know what else?
What?
We had a wee visitor.
Did you have a wee visitor?
You're doing a really good job of pretending you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Well done, Dave. Hello there. Let her just put her top on. Editing Tara here. So this is the bit where I was planning on adding a clip of me introducing my cousin Hannah. Except I just found out that Dave forgot to hit record when we were shooting that. She's gonna show up later in the video. She was there for the day to help us. She got loads done. Thank you, Hannah. Mwah, mwah. Anyway, back to the video. I didn't consent to this shit. Right, so this is kind of my my benchmark, so to speak. What do you write on it, Dave?
Finished floor stick. Yeah.
Trademark.
Yeah.
Seriously, you should patent that shit, Dave.
Yeah.
What he's basically done here is quite smart. Measuring stick for how deep we need to go. So as you can see here, for the most part, apart from our very poor edges, we have dug down to the correct depth, but you can see then, of course, when you stand it up on the bumpy bits, how much higher it actually is. So that's what I'm kind of using to judge on this edge that I'm working on here. When I started, it was just at that line there, which is the 300 millimeters of Glapore glass gravel that we're going to put in first. And sorry, well, there's a membrane going under it, and the membrane is kind of meant to fit neatly into the corners, and so that your glass gravel will also fit neatly into the corners. So that's why I'm just trying my best to make it as even as possible here. It's a tedious and much harder job than I thought it was going to be, but you know, my muscles are getting massive, so I don't really mind. So I can already see an improvement on what I've done this morning. I'm just going to keep going because we need it to be pretty much up to that top line there. Yeah, this actually could turn out to be quite an epic job after all, but it'll be worth it in the end because we'll have the peace of mind of knowing that damp is not going to be an issue at our house. Right, okay. So do you want to give me the camera now, Dave, for this next bit? Dave has the measuring tape. Hannah's supervising. So what we're actually doing here, Hannah has been working on this the last while and I've just chipped in to give her a hand now. So you can see there it's all kind of fine stone that's left from the concrete path that we are in the process of removing. Now the reason we're doing this is because you can see all that moss along there. There's been a lot of moisture has been building up and causing a bit of a damp problem on the inside of this wall. So it was kind of imperative we get these paths off as soon as possible. And what we're aiming for, and we have never measured it before, is for the level of the ground outside to be lower than the level of the ground inside. So the fact that we've already got this bit of the path we'd like to leave it at this level for now, if it's at a reasonable height, so that we still get some of the benefit of a bit of drainage happening, drying out the bottom of that wall, and it's still in a fairly usable condition until we have a digger on site to do a full scrape back for us the whole way around the house. So get measuring there, Dave. Do you want to maybe try doing it on the other window where we've already removed the sort of middling size stones?
98 centimetres, and that's going up to that line because I remember that there's a wee lip on that.
Okay, will we go inside now and measure it on the inside? I forgot I had sealed the room in for the day, but it's okay, there's no more dust flying around, we're all good.
Okay. Coming in at 80 roughly.
Okay, so did we do it?
We did it.
Actually, do you know what, it's better in here. It's better in here, there's less damp in here than there is in the next room under the other window. So maybe we'll get the middling size stone cleared from there, and then we'll give that a measure as well.
Sounds good.
Excellent.
Roughly 93.
93, okay.
And that's 85.
So we've done it.
Yeah.
We've lowered the level without any digger. Yeah. So Hannah has just headed off and Dave is still working away on the scraping in the next room. So I've come in here and I'm going to make a start on lifting some of this concrete. And I have stopped again nearly as soon as I've started because another logistical issue, and these are the kinds of things, if you're doing a renovation, you really should think about. Like, we thought we'd done a good bit of thinking about where the waste from under the floors was gonna go, but actually getting into it is a whole other story. So after lifting the footpath out the front, there is a pile this size that we can no longer use because if we go over here, you'll see that myself and Hannah have been filling up the foundation. So this is good to go. She's ready to put in the oven. So we don't need any more of that broken concrete, really. So it's time now to look at getting a skip bag, which I think is what's going to have to happen here. Because this is only from the footpath, we're going to have at least the same amount again, if not more, from the room I just started. And that really is another thing to consider when you are undertaking renovations, is that there are going to be constant reasons to stop and start again. A lot of it's really just problem solving, but if you look at it like, okay, it's just several thousand little tasks that need to be done one after the other, and you just keep chewing your way through them when you can, it all starts to seem an awful lot more manageable. So we're just gonna get the skip bag out, bull on. It sort of left me at a loose end, so I thought maybe I'd get this thing in use and do a bit of strimming, because our pathways now are starting to get really overgrown. You can't even see it there. So I'm gonna tidy up a bit, tar it out. And then it turns out that the nut on the strimmer was in fact seized. And in fact that has pretty much brought work here to a standstill for this weekend. We probably could have got a lot more done on the second room that Dave has just kangoed. We were actually planning to have a good bit more done on that, but we really would have needed to have been organised with the skip bag here waiting and ready to go. But look, that's an awful lot of details for two neurospicy people to foresee, deal with and plan. Okay, so we are where we are, and you're gonna have days like that, and I'll tell you, the most important thing is to have the crack while you're at it as well. It's important to spend time winding down and to not forget to look after yourself when you're at it too. So we've decided, since it was such a sudden finish to certainly today's work and quite possibly for another couple of days, because as I say, it is a bank holiday, so we're not going to get that skip bag out for at least another couple of days. And yeah, we've decided the only thing for it now is to go out for a little walk. I've been eyeing up a honeysuckle bush just over the road, and I'll tell you, I'd murder a cup of honeysuckle tea now. So we're going to take a little stroll over and see if she's ready to go yet. Slán agus banna.